Hey everybody, welcome to your new moon in Scorpio tarot reading with me, Stella Wilde, and Miss Ariel. We are here to give you the intuitive information you need to manifest your wildest dreams. And this new moon in Scorpio is going to be pretty wild. All right, so since this is a new moon reading, I am going to break it down by houses. So watch for your rising sign first and then your sun sign. The timestamps are in the description of the video. And I'd like to invite you to join us in the STELLASPHERE, which is my unique text-based membership. You can subscribe to it. There is a small monthly fee, and you get daily texts from me, and we can interact via text message. I give you astrology alerts, other intuitive inspiration, special behind-the-scenes info, special readings just for the people in the STELLASPHERE, for the readings for the collective. So it's a really fun way to interact, and I hope you do consider joining. And the new moon in Scorpio is happening November 4th. 5:15 p.m. here, Eastern time in the United States. All right, so let's get into a brief astrological overview for this new moon in Scorpio, which is happening at 12 degrees. I'm kind of excited about it. It hits an important point in my personal chart, so I'm very interested to see how this energy is going to affect my life. Okay, but this new moon is opposite Uranus in Taurus. Now, Uranus is going retrograde, but it is opposite that energy. So there is a wild card factor, no pun intended, with this particular new moon. So I feel it's about kind of allowing yourself to dream big and think outside the box. All right. Now, Mars is also going to be in Scorpio at 3 degrees. Mercury will join the next day in Scorpio as well at 0 degrees. So this is technically a stellium. So we have 4 strong energies in Scorpio. So we have a lot of energy of transformation, of depth, of being willing to take daring risks that kind of push you outside of an emotional comfort zone, but also while having control over that, because Scorpio is a lot about control. There is a fixed sign. But yeah, very interesting energies here at play. So that's why it's important with all this energy culminating in Scorpio to break it down by houses and see how you can set your intentions and use that particular energy. So yeah, very, very exciting. So the other thing that's interesting is Mars, of course, was the old ruler of Scorpio before Pluto came into the picture in 1930. So Mars has an affinity for being in Scorpio. I really feel like we have a little bit of like spiritual warrior energy that's in play at this new moon also. So the other thing that's interesting is that on the 5th, so the very next day, Venus will enter Capricorn. So Venus and Mercury, like the very next day, will make a shift. Mercury is going to be in Scorpio, and then Venus will move into Capricorn. So we're going to have a nice sextile between those two energies as well, which suggests that you could come up with setting intentions for some sort of wonderful mental transformation of your finances, of your love life. And you'll also, of course, that's the Mercury Venus. You will also have, of course, the powerful get it done energy of the Mars in Scorpio to make a powerful transformation, perhaps in one of those areas. Now, we're also getting ready for something very exciting. I'm saying that sarcastically. In December with Venus. Venus will go retrograde in Capricorn on December 19th, I believe. So we are, of course, Venus is entering Capricorn now, the 5th of November. So there's some energy that may be at play with this Venus cycle that's going to continue all the way through to actually the beginning of February, when she finally gets back up to speed again. So keep that in mind. Also, we'll discuss more about the Venus retrograde in another video, but as I always say, use the energies of this powerful Scorpio situation to transform your life. You have an enormous advantage with this big stellium that's happening wherever it's happening in your chart. Also, because of the favorable alignment with Venus as well, make sure you choose from the heart, and also that you choose where you really, put your money where your mouth is. That's the saying I'm getting. Because Venus in Capricorn is ultimately about practicality, ultimately. All right. So there's nothing wrong about, being daydreamy and wanting beautiful daydreamy changes to your love or financial life. Sure. But also, bottom line, follow your heart, but also do the work. Like, put the energy behind that. You can make enormous, powerful strides in your life with this combination of energies that's happening. And with the Uranus factor also in Earth, okay, of course, the Uranus in Taurus is opposite the moon. And oppositions, because sometimes can, because they pull at each other, can sometimes bring a little bit of, energy we have to reconcile or balance or deal with in some way. But I'm just feeling it's like I said, dream big, but also put your actions and intentions and your heart into the practicalities of making those dreams come true, because you can do it. You can do it with this powerful, powerful energy at this new moon. All right, Aries, let's find out what we need to know for you so that you can create positive change in your 8th house of transformation. That's where your new moon in Scorpio is. So the sex, the depth, the taxes, other people's money, the occult, mysteries, secrets, healing. It's a very deep house, the 8th house. So let's see what we need to know to help you manifest a positive change in this area of your life. All right, so let's see. What do we need to know for Aries? Queen of Pentacles and the Lovers. Okay. And let's pull from the top. The Tower, there's that Uranus. The Temperance, look at these major arcanas. And Judgment, oh my goodness, look at these major arcanas that you got here, Aries. Wow. Okay. So this is a very, very strong message about what you focus on expands. All right. But also allowing yourself, this cat, she flops and then, this is what happens. Okay. Everything gets moved around. She's a big flopper. That's what I like to call her. All right. Now that the big flopper has settled down. All right. Aries, what you focus on expands. This is a very powerful reminder of this. The Queen of Pentacles, what she's focusing on is what she's going to manifest. We have the Lovers here. So this could be, of course, about transforming your life, transforming a relationship, healing something to do with a relationship. That's possible for some of you. This could be healing some sort of partnership situation or somebody. This can also be, the Lovers can be about making an empowered decision, because we have, and a big decision about your life because of all of these major arcanas that are showing up in this reading. So the Lovers, because there's 2 here and it's representing with Gemini, can always be about 2 things and having to choose. So, and we have the Uranus and Taurus, we have the Sagittarius energy over here, and we have making a decision, and we have a full moon lunar eclipse on the 19th in Scorpio, right? That's the next new energy. So, and it's in Taurus, your 2nd house. So, of money. So what we have here, what's going on, we have focusing, this is what I feel, focusing on what you want, because what you focus on is usually what you get, but allowing also room for a beneficial, life-transforming surprise in your life, all right? So there's something here about a very positive change that can manifest for you, absolutely. There is a little bit of a serendipitous twist of fate. This is protective. It's brought by your spirit guide, the angels, etc., with this Temperance here. So I think you have an idea of what you want this, what this choice is going to be for you. All right, you have an idea. Or you may have one piece of the puzzle and that's what you're focusing in on. You have this piece over here, but then surprise, the universe is going to come in with something else. And you may realize that that is actually the better choice, the better path for you. And then you make a very life-transforming, life-altering, and very healing with the Temperance, very healing decision about your life. In some way, you got to apply the energies to your life, as I always say, especially with the 8th house. It's such a deep and personal house. But the Queen of Pentacles is also really using that Venus and Capricorn energy. All right, so the Venus in Capricorn is in your 10th house of career. But 10th house is not just career. 10th house is also, our higher calling. So it can be like, what does our higher self want for us to make us happy? How can we listen to our higher self and bring tangible change into our life that will surprise us in a most delightful way and get us on a brand new path that is going to make us quite happy, right? And a healing path as well. I really want to emphasize that also with this Temperance here. So I feel by Sagittarius season, on the cusp of that full moon lunar eclipse in Taurus, your values have changed a little bit as well, Aries, over the last the last year and a half. What you thought you wanted before, what would make you happy, really has had a shift. And so that's what I'm saying. The universe may remind you of that change in your values at that full moon lunar eclipse, so that what you're setting your intention for here at this new moon eclipse on the 4th is this or something better. Bring me something that I will love, that will transform and heal my life, but I'm also open to something even better that I don't quite see yet on my horizon. All right, so that's what I would suggest in terms of using these particular energies. I feel like your calling in life, one of your big life lessons, spiritual pursuits, like a spiritual lesson that you're meant to fulfill in this lifetime, a soul contract, a new one is coming in for you. So with these energies, absolutely. So set that intention at this new moon of what you would like that to be. You could get a very inspired brainwave, a psychic download, so to speak, about really what you would like that to be at this new moon. Opening your mind up to that Uranus opposite the moon energy of possibility. All right, because sometimes, like I said, she can be a little too focused on one particular thing, and then she doesn't see other possibilities. So keep that in mind. This is very, very positive, very beautiful energies. But some of it really does also have to do with a change in your values in terms of also money. Not that money isn't important, but how you earn your money, how you use your money, how you use the energy of money to live your life is also something I think that's going to be undergoing a transformation. And you may set an intention at this new moon to be open to different ways of earning income, of using the energy of money, etc. So very, very powerful energy here, Aries. All right, Taurus. So the new moon of Scorpio is happening in your 7th house of relationships. Okay, so this can also be business partnerships, not just romantic partnerships. So you got Mars going into that 7th house. Wow, so that really is going to energize all of your relationships. Sometimes when Mars transits our 7th house, other people can get a little ornery. So just bear that in mind. You also have Venus going into your 9th house of the big picture of your life as well. All right, so let's see what we have for you, Taurus. Oh, we got the Emperor and the Ace of Wands. I'm not going to do reversals with this deck. All right, Page of Swords, the Four of Cups, and the Ten of Swords. Okay, interesting. So this is really about I think making up your mind that you're open to the new, that you're open to a new relationship, and with somebody who is, perhaps a little more mature than other people that you've dealt with in the past. That's possible. But this is really making up your mind, the Page of Swords here, and saying yes, perhaps to an Aries because of the Emperor here. But it can also be saying yes to, I'm going to, be assertive again with my love life. I'm going to go back out there into the dating world, as an example, okay? And perhaps, because it's the Emperor, it could be, like I said, somebody a little older, that you, more, or even just more mature. They don't have to necessarily be, age-wise older, but they just have a more mature aura. And also, you want to make up your mind, like you only want to deal with people who know what they want and don't faff about and, just act like dingleberries and they don't know like what they want. All right. So now the universe looks like it wants to bring you an opportunity with the Four of Cups here. It's coming in to offer you something, but is your mind still stuck on the past with the Ten of Swords here? Are you still actively replaying in your mind, because also the Page of Swords here, actively replaying in your mind scenarios from the past where you might have gotten hurt and betrayed? So, I would encourage you to set an intention to be open-minded to whatever new possibility the universe brings to you, but then also use your discernment with the Page of Swords to determine if that person is really aligned and correct for you with the Ace of Wands here. And this is also, you also may be making a decision here to possibly, if you're already dating somebody, you're going to actually make the decision to get physically involved with them at this new moon. You may set that intention that you want to take the relationship to the next level. That is possible here. And you're going to just take that leap of faith and, try to snap out of this energy over here and accept this new possibility and snap out of this Ten of Swords. So that's possible for some of you. I would also say with the Page of Swords here, do a little homework, especially social media homework, a little internet sleuthing, and make sure that whoever is coming on your radar, particularly over the next 4 weeks, since we have the Four of Cups here, that they really are who they say they are before you let yourself perhaps get into a Ten of Swords situation. That's another thing with this energy. Because it does seem that the universe is bringing a situation to you. Now, those of you with a business partnership, it is possible that the same energy applies because 7th house is business. So there really could be some sort of new offer from somebody very well established in business who would like to start up some sort of partnership with you. And again, it's the same thing. Like if something went south or didn't work out in some other partnership, try to not let your past determine your future, right? It doesn't mean that this new offer is the carbon copy of the Ten of Swords over here. Just do your due diligence, the Page of Swords. Do the bit of, LinkedIn sleuthing or whatever you need to do in a business sense to find out about this person, their background, etc. But there could be a very nice new opportunity coming for you in either love or business partnership. But it is up to you to set the intention that you really do want that because of this over here. There is the lingers of this, dicey energy over here. Can you finally let that go? Because also notice the Four of Cups with the guy sitting there with his arms folded. There is still a little bit of mental and emotional self-defensiveness perhaps that's going on. So that's something, again, that's a general reading, just to set your intention if you're really healed from that to say, you know what, I want to see what this opportunity might be. So I think that's what the universe is saying. Set your intention that you will at least be open-minded to exploring where new opportunities may lead you, right? Like you don't have to decide at the first blush of romance or the first blush of business romance, business partnership that that is, forever. No, you just want to see where it goes. All right, so that's what I'm feeling from this energy. Like, you don't have to make any solid commitments yet, but it's important for you, I think, to set the intention that you will open up, especially mentally and emotionally, to the universe and see where something might go. All right, because it's the Ace of Wands. It's a fresh new beginning. So let the beginning actually happen, and then you can evaluate as you go along. All right, Gemini, so this new moon in Scorpio is happening in your 6th house of work and well-being. And when Mars transits through that house, you could be very, very, very busy. Okay, so, and Venus is entering Capricorn, your 8th house of other people's money. So, and financing and things like that. So there could be a lot of monetary concerns happening for you over the next month. Okay, like paperwork, maybe different financing deals you're trying to get done, some sort of important transformation in your finances vis-a-vis your daily work. All right, there could also be a lot of energy around getting some sort of new health regimen going for yourself and healing something, especially some sort of weight situation if you have that going on with Venus going into that 8th house, especially concerning sugar. All right, so there could be some stuff like that you're going to set the intention to work on healing for yourself. All right, let's see what we have. Gemini. Very nice. 6 of Wands and the 7 of Wands. All right, let's pull some more. Ace of Swords. I'm not going to do reversals with this deck. Ace of Pentacles. Wow. And the Queen of Pentacles. Wow, Gemini. This is very, very nice. Very, very nice. All right. So it's time to set an intention to put yourself out there in your working life, in what you do to make some money, 6th house, in a very exciting and new way. This is, look, the 2 aces out of 5 cards. I mean, that's a little wild, Gemini. So 6 of Wands, taking a leadership role, feeling triumphant, feeling victorious, feeling powerful. 7 of Wands, busting through boundaries, doing it your own way, being totally unique and saying, I don't care how all these other people have done something, I'm doing it my way. Notice his wand is this way, everybody else's wand is straight up. So he's doing it in a different, unique way. Ace of Swords, there's your energy, being totally decisive, on point. Ace of Pentacles, planting a big new seed that can prosper based on something that you do in your own unique way, especially involving some sort of leadership, publicity, something that involves people seeing you, really showing up physically also. And that could be a variety of things. And then we have this Queen of Pentacles, which is the Venus in Capricorn energy as well. So it is really about setting some sort of new course for yourself on self-expression. Also with this Ace of Swords, this could be some sort of important paperwork that you're really, that you may be signing that will set yourself on a brand new course in terms of a new job, a new opportunity. This could also be self-employment, very possible, because of the 2 aces here. Aces I read as the self, all right, as number 1. So there could be something with that. So you're working on manifesting your pentacles on some sort of very solid opportunity that's based in the new. It's new, but it's tied to already a skill set you already have, and that you may even be known for it. That's possible also. But there's something here about a new spin, a new idea, a new way, a new direction, a new concrete service or product that you're going to put out into the world. And it could have very, very powerful manifestation energy to make a lot of money for you. But it is about you taking the action. Look, we have a 6 and a 7 to get it done. So be open to new ideas for making money especially, and making money from your ideas and your expertise, Gemini, at this new moon. And some of you may be working on those things already. It's interesting too that we have, of course, 2 aces. You're Gemini, right? The sign of the twins. So it could even be 2 projects that you may be investing a lot of your time in as well and setting the intention. That's possible here also. But fabulous energy for you to say to the universe, I am ready to strike out on my own in a unique and profitable way so that I can manifest my destiny and the money that is rightfully mine because of all my wonderful talents. Okay, so there's a nice mantra there for you, Gemini. So it's about the new, though. That is the key, not about rehashing the old. You're going to have some sort of very exciting new ideas. So set the intention that you will follow through on the best of those ideas, and also the ideas that bring out the best in you. All right, Cancer. So this new moon is happening in your 5th house of love, romance, creativity, risk-taking, being an entrepreneur. Wow, great house to have so much powerful energy happening in for a new moon. And then, of course, Venus is moving into your 7th house of relationships also, Capricorn, right? So, might there be some sort of new relationship connection on the horizon for you? Let's see what the energies have to say for us. How you can use this energy. A 7 of Wands and a Knight of Pentacles. Ace of Swords. I shuffled. Gemini got these. 8 of Wands. And the Fool. Wow. Look at this beautiful, beautiful energy. Yeah, I think the Fool was last, right? Yeah. Okay, so the best way I can say in using this new moon energy in your 5th house is things may have been a little slow and stuck for a while. There could have been some struggles going on where you've been wanting to make progress, especially with some sort of finances, because the Knight of Pentacles here. And things were just very slow, very, very slow. And you could have felt a little discombobulated with this 7 of Wands. You could have felt like you were, all alone in some sort of struggle, that people were putting up obstacles in front of you, and that your progress was stymied, really. This new moon is a good time to mentally reboot yourself. This could be, this is the type of thing where, this could be like, you just had so many demands on your time, you couldn't work on your projects. And then when you did try to sit down and work on some projects, creative projects, you got, writer's block, or you just were too tired, you didn't feel like it. And so again, like the progress got stopped in some way. Okay. But we have the Ace of Swords here in the middle of this energy. So this is about a mental reboot, mentally cutting away the past. What's the past is the past. Yes, there may have been slowdowns before, but look what's getting ready to pop here for you. We have 8 of Wands, which is fast, fast, fast. Multiple opportunities, lots of action, things popping, things going on. Oh my gosh, you don't know if you're coming or you're going half the time. And the Fool, which is about bright new beginnings, about feeling free and easy and lighthearted and excited about your future. So I feel, remember, the past does not determine, your future. The now determines your future. What you choose to do now, not what happened in the past. The past is over, it's done. All right. So remember, live out of your imagination, not out of your history. And what you have here is a very powerful line in the sand moment to live out of your imagination, to cut away anything that kept you held back and stuck. So let's throw that away and concentrate and focus on all the exciting new energies that you're feeling with this Scorpio energy. So you could have a lot of irons in the fire with different creative projects for your personal life, for your business, whatever it might be. You may start to see, if you're in the dating world and things have been slow and you're like, there's no good people out there, change that attitude. Say, I'm not going to think like that anymore. I'm going to have a mindset reset, and I'm going to start saying to myself, there's lots of positive new possibilities of people out there for me. Let me explore what they might be. Let me keep an open mind. Let me see who they are so that I can find somebody that I can begin a life with. All right, so whatever the fifth house energy is resonating for you, whatever area of life, it's affecting, because not everybody's in the dating world, just know that it is the line in the sand moment at this new moon to say, I'm going to focus my energies, because Mars is in Scorpio. And Mars in Scorpio is extremely tactical and surgical. Like, he's in there like a knife, all right? Mars, remember, is Aries, sharp. In there like a knife, cutting out things that don't serve us anymore. We don't have to think like that anymore. All right, so that's very important. Your mindset's very important, Cancer. You don't have to think a certain way anymore. You are free to choose to be more optimistic. You are free to choose to believe in possibilities. You are free to start creating exciting new possibilities for yourself. So this is beautiful energy. Some of you may be starting some sort of exciting writing project with that Ace of Swords here. There could be some important contract or multiple contracts and opportunities coming in for you, especially connected with your own business, because fifth house rules entrepreneurial activities. You could find that you change your mindset about how you deal with your children if you have them. And that creates a lot more joy in the household as well. So that, any of these particular areas apply. So we have the Fool here. We have taking a leap of faith. We have a bright new beginning. You're going to have a lot more choices you're going to see. And choices because you're also choosing to leave the past behind, which is fabulous. So lots of new exciting things opening up for you, Cancer. All right, Leo. So the new moon in Scorpio is happening in your fourth house of home, family, roots, what nourishes you and what feeds you. Venus is going into your sixth house, Capricorn. All right. So let's see what we need to know about this energy for you, Leo. Setting some intentions. All right. We have a Six of Wands. And we have a Magician. Ooh, very nice. Thank you, Ariel. Sticking your butt in my face. All right. A Two of Wands, a Five of Cups, and a Five of Pentacles. All right. I'm not going to do reversals with this particular deck. All right. So I feel like this is about setting some sort of intention to make a very powerful change out of a place where you have felt safe. I'm going to put it in quotes, but it's held you back. And maybe it's even caused some regrets and sorrow and pain. And I feel like it's a place that may not suit you anymore. It may have some memories that just tug at your heartstrings. It may have a lot of memories of, some sort of heartbreak also, or physical illness or something, or somebody else's physical illness. I feel like this has passed, all right, because this is you. I feel like your back is turned to this. So it has that has already happened. Could have happened 5 months ago. Could have happened 5 years ago, all right? It's already passed, but you have not left the scene yet. That's what I'm feeling. You're still there in a place where it's a place you've probably grown used to, accustomed to, it like out of habit. And that's why I'm saying safe in quotes. But it's really got a lot of perhaps painful memories attached to it. So I feel like using this new moon energy to look toward your future with where do you want to go next? What place would make you feel most aligned? I have to adjust the computer since she just flopped all over everything. Where would you feel most aligned, most powerful, and more successful? What place do you think would support your success? You have the beautiful Six of Wands here, which is about being seen, which is about being very powerful and victorious. We have the Magician, which is a very powerful card of manifestation, you know, manifesting what you truly want, and being powerful in doing that, like really tapping into your personal energy, into all your chakras, feeling that vibe of the energy flowing through you, knowing that you can do anything. You may not have had that feeling for a while because of this over here. All right, look at that. Look at the people in these two cards and how they are, you know, like that. Versus how the persons are in these two cards. They are triumphant. They are like, look at me. Okay, so there is something about you need a place. You need a place that, and I say a place, it could also be a workplace because Uranus is in your 10th house of career and it is shaking up your career, Leo. So it could be, and Uranus is opposite this moon. So it could be even something, you know, a workplace. Workplaces are like our second home for a lot of us, right? That's going to afford you more visibility, more capability to use your own talents, and more opportunity for you to step into a position of leadership and shine. So, like I said, I think this has already happened, but it's still lingering in the background. And, you know, it's kind of like the energy I'm feeling is there may be a little bit of resistance to change, this Two of Wands, because it's better the devil you know. It's better you already know this situation, this place, and that's fine. So as I said in the astrological opening to my video today, it is about allowing yourself to have a bigger dream for yourself. And I feel that very much with this reading, with these energies that are coming out. You are ready to leave this behind. It is, like I said, kind of holding you back a little bit. And you are powerful beyond measure. You are so powerful. And it is time to let your light shine and be even more powerful in the world. The world needs your special talents and capabilities. You have some sort of important news, story, talent, service, product to share with the world, and only you can do it because the Magician is about our personal talents and our unique spin that we put on something. So Leo, this is very much about setting an intention to feed yourself with, because it's about also what feeds you, 4th house, as a metaphor and maybe also literally, to feed yourself with opening up to the possibility of new and successful vistas for yourself. A place where you can get out of a comfort zone, you can go through this gateway here and into this more powerful energy, and a place that is going to welcome your power and support your power in whichever way you're going to share it with the world. So you're ready for this. You're ready for this. Again, your back is turned to the old energy. You are ready, Leo. Set the intention that you're ready. And you got this. All right, Virgo. So let's see what's going on for you with this new moon, which is in your 3rd house of communications, siblings, and also your day-to-day routines. So let's see how you can use these energies and set some new intentions in these areas of your life. All right, Virgo, we have the 2 of Wands. And we have the 4 of Swords, okay? The Page of Swords, the Knight of Wands, and the Emperor. Okay. So you may have spent the last couple of months, maybe even back to Leo season, you may have spent the last couple of months kind of regrouping on some sort of communications project. Or some sort of change you wanted to make to your daily life. And so like the 3rd house is like your daily schedule. Like I go to work at this time, or I have a big long commute, or I don't have a long commute, or I work from home, or I don't work from home. It's like how you live your day, your daily life. All right. So Two of Wands is like mulling something over. You're thinking about it. You're in a safe, comfortable place. You don't really have to make a change, but you're kind of sensing that you want to. You may feel like you have kind of been perhaps, it's not necessarily not dealing with something, but sort of just saying this wasn't high on my priority list, this Four of Swords. Like, I know I have to fix it. I got to change it because here you are looking for a possibility, but don't need to do it yet. Well, timing is everything. Timing, it's good to work with timings. So there is something about using this energy, right? Page of Swords, to make a decision to rapidly move forward in some sort of new direction where you're taking charge over the energy expenditure of your daily life, and also in some sort of new communications project, marketing project, sales project, networking project, etc. If you have something like that going on for your business, as an example. All right, so, again, it wasn't pressing before, but use the energy of this new moon to snap out of stasis. Okay, snap out of a situation that's been status quo. All right, and we have the Page of Swords, which of course is the mental energy. You're ruled by Mercury. I think your mind is going to be very sharp at this new moon because you also have Mercury going into that third house. So, and Mercury loves to be in the third house. That's its house, right? Mercury rules Gemini and of course Virgo, but Gemini is the third house as well. So you've got this double dose here of being able to really maximize, thank you, Ariel, maximize this mercurial energy and use it to your advantage. So your mind is ready, in other words, or it can be ready if you choose to use the energies to make some sort of start in a new direction, important changes, and they may also involve something physically that goes on. Knight of Wands. You may benefit by rearranging your home office, as an example. Or if you go to a workplace every day, rearranging your office at work as best you can. Maybe just move the desk around or something like that. Bring in some fresh art or I don't know, just something like that to kind of shake up the energy and get it primed for the new. Because with this Page of Swords, some of you may indeed be embarking on the first stages of some exciting new project, and you want to also shift the energy around you and in the atmosphere. This could also be some sort of intention to change your daily routine. If you really don't like a long commute, you may use this energy to say, you know what? I'm tired of this long commute every day. An hour there, an hour back. It's exhausting me. Maybe I don't really like my job. Of course, you should always have another job before you quit a job. So I'm not saying quit a job, but you may set your intention at this new moon to go for some self-employment where you are more in control of your day-to-day life and activities. It may take a little time. It may take until next Aries season, maybe next April, to finally do that full time perhaps. But you're setting your intention now that you'll at least get it underway, perhaps on the side or something like that. Others of you may be in a different position. You may say, you know what? I've been working on a business myself and it is time. I'm ready to, ditch my 9-to-5 routine. I can't stand it anymore. And I'm ready to make my move, all right, of self-employment, of taking charge of my daily life and schedule in a way that is going to suit me. Others of you, whatever this project is, communications project that you're working on, there's something here about setting the intention to be the authority on that project. All right. So you are going to be the authority on it. You have the know-how, the knowledge, the capability, the skills, the experience. So don't sell yourself short. Don't be too humble, Virgo. It's nothing wrong with being humble. That's one of your strong suits. But there's something about this project, this new thing you want to do, where you got to kind of really just strut your stuff a little bit here with this Emperor card and this Knight of Wands as well. Okay? Especially people need to know in whatever marketing materials you're putting out or whatever with this Page of Swords, social media, that you got the goods, Virgo. You're awesome. They need to know that with this energy, okay? So very positive. You can make some excellent changes that, you've been wanting to do. The time is right to do them now. So good luck, because it's great energy to work with. And also, you know, you have Venus going into your fifth house, Capricorn, of creativity, of the entrepreneur, taking calculated risks, that type of thing. So you could really see some very positive benefits start to pay off for you in using the energy of this new moon as well. Libras, show me the money, honey. You got so much going on in your second house of money and values at this new moon. Now, Mars, when it transits our second house, can sometimes bring a lot of expenditures. We can find ourselves spending a lot of money. So keep an eye on your finances as Mars transits through Scorpio, because it could be going out faster than it comes in. That's possible. All right, now Mercury transiting through your second house of money could bring you some sort of money-making idea, some sort of sales opportunities with your, especially if you have your own business, some important sales contract or contract to be signed. And then you'll also have Venus going into your fourth house of home. So those of you especially who work from home, you could see a lot of positive energy surrounding your finances with work from home businesses. It's very possible. So use this energy, you know, put all of your efforts, especially if you have a home-based business. Really crank it up in November with this new moon energy. All right, let's see what else we have for you. This six has been coming up a lot, and I've been shuffling. Wow, and the Chariot. Wow. Ace of Wands. I'm not doing reversals with this deck this time. The Tower. There's your Uranus. And the Moon. Okay, wow. Wow. Okay. This is also speaking, I think, to the eclipse that is happening November 19th. Of course, that's in 2 weeks from the eclipse. From the new moon in Scorpio. Some of you, there's something going on here with, I'm going to read this a couple different ways. Some of you are setting the intention to manifest a new vehicle. Could even be repairs for a vehicle, but I feel like there's something going on with a vehicle here for you. And because we have the Chariot, but we also have the Six of Wands. Both of those have energies in them of people moving forward. All right, so there could be something here where you're going to maybe buy a new car or a new used car or finance a vehicle. Because again, second house, we have the Uranus in your 8th house of other people's money. So there could be some sort of financing that's going on buying that particular car. That's possible here as well. So you could be saying yes to financing a new or used vehicle. All right, that's your intention. You're like, you know what? I really need a new car, new wheels. So that may be going on. All right, let's look at it another way. Oh, this is so good. It's time to strut your stuff, baby. Libras, you got to strut your stuff. You have the Six of Wands, the Chariot. Both of these energies are about being large, in charge, people seeing you, being successful, walking your talk, like just entering a room and being like, you know, just like have that vibe of success and that you can do anything. And the Ace of Wands here in the middle of all of this. So this is powerful energy of feeling good, initiating new things. So some of you also are setting the intention to initiate bold new moves forward with your finances, that, you know, nothing's going to stop you from manifesting what's rightfully yours based on you putting your talents and skills out into the world. So for some of you, notice we go from a 6 to the 7, of course, and this is the major arcana. Some of you are setting the intention to rise up in the world, particularly, of course, financially, because we're talking about the second house, but also in terms of, you know, what you do or how you manage what you have, because not everybody's working who watches these videos. You know, some people are retired. But if you are in the working world, what this is saying to me is that you're really setting the intention until next spring, at least, By next spring, because that's the Ace of Wands, all right? By next spring, you really, about 6 months from now-ish, right? You want to go from this level, which is good. 6 of Wands is good. But you want to go to the next level, which is the Chariot. So you want even more prosperity, more freedom, more success, maybe a promotion, maybe a new path forward for yourself in a new location. You might want to be manifesting the money for some sort of important move, a big travel opportunity. Maybe you're tired of just kind of traveling to a couple towns over and you really want to travel wider, right? You want to maybe go cross country, or you want to go fly to another continent, something like that. All right, so we have this very powerful energy here of you saying yes to the next level of your life and of your prosperity. All right, and setting the intentions to focus on this energy. And it's so interesting, right? When we did your Libra reading and I talked about focus, right? And we talked about the cup and using your certain cup and putting your intention into that cup. And now look at this energy here that we're getting. I think that was the money, career, and business reading, right? Let me know in the comments, because I do so many readings. I think that was the one, Libras, right? And this is like the same sort of vibe. It's like you focusing. Notice how this guy's looking up at that guy. You are focusing your intentions on this up leveling of your life, right? This is so powerful. And just saying yes. And the Ace of Wands is like, nothing's going to stop you. You got the energy. You got the drive, right? With both of these energies to pour your all of your energy into this next level of your life. Now, I think there's going to be a twist. There's something going on at this. This is Uranus. This is the Tower. There is the full moon. There's a full moon lunar eclipse in Taurus, where Uranus is, on the 19th. So there may be a surprising twist. There's nothing bad here, but there could be a surprising reveal or twist, particularly regarding other people's money, because that's where the eclipse is, the 8th house. That could bring some sort of transformation to your life. Now, I cannot say what that can be, because that's going to be different things for different people. But pay attention. We're going to do a separate video on the full moon lunar eclipse, all right? But for this reading also, because you have such strong, powerful, and focused manifestation energy, pay very close attention to the signs, twist of fate, surprise, reveal that the universe brings to you around the 18th, 19th, 20th of November also. Because when we focus our intention so intently, which is a little repetitive, but you know what I'm saying. When we have such intensity of focus, and we put our drive and our actions behind that, things can manifest very rapidly. And you have this one in particular, very rapid energy here and even over here. So you could find a very rapid manifestation of at least the first leveling up for you by that full moon. Like I said, it may take until the spring. You know, I'm very honest with you with timings, and it's still a general reading. Could it happen sooner for some people? Sure. But, you know, a big up leveling may take a full 6 months with the 6 here. But you could see the first big sparks of that manifestation begin with this energy over here at that full moon lunar eclipse. So keep an eye on that, Libra. So Scorpio, you are the star of the show. You've got all of this energy happening in your first house of the self, of the physical body, of how other people see you. You have Mars going through your sign, Mercury also. And Mars, when he's in Scorpio, as I said to one of the other signs, he's very surgical. He goes in there like a surgeon's knife, and he cuts out things that no longer serve you. You don't need in your life anymore. So old definitions of self, old layers, old skins, old selves, old masks, all the old. This is the rebirth. This is Scorpio 2.0. This is Mars energizing you to get rid of things that you don't need in your life anymore, because it is time for you to be reborn. So beautiful, beautiful energies here for you. Let's see what the cards have to say. And I hope that you will join me for your year ahead birthday celebration, October 30th, Saturday, 7 p.m. here on YouTube. It would be great to see you there, Scorpio. All right, let's see what we got for you. All right, so we have the Hangman. You've been in a protective cocoon and bubble. Page of Swords. That's about to change. Ace of Swords. Page of Pentacles. And the Judgment. Wow. Okay. Okay, so we, of course, have the Pisces energy. We have the Hangman. Timing is everything. Of course, like I said, you've been in a little bit of a protective bubble, in a cocoon, waiting to emerge. And here comes your emergence. And it's interesting that we have the air energy here, because I think it's really the Mercury energy, Mercury going through your sign, that is really going to propel you out of this cocoon. It's like you're having a mindset reset here with this Page of Swords and this Ace of Swords. You're taking this Ace of Swords and you're using it to cut yourself free from limbo, from that protective cocoon you have been in for at least the last year. Could even be the last 12 years for some of you, but at least the last year. And you are ready. Notice we have the pages here. You are ready to start taking some small steps. That's okay. They can be small steps to begin your life again, to begin your life with a fresh, enhanced sense of new possibilities for yourself, of making decisions that are more aligned with a fresh new life, of a new change. Notice we have the Judgment here, which is about new life, making a decision to shed the past, leave the past behind. So we also, it's interesting, the number 20 is coming up here, because we have the full moon lunar eclipse happening in your 7th house of relationships on the 19th. So there could be something here also where you're also setting the intention to free yourself from any sort of relationships or old patterns of being in relationship that may have kept you stuck and may have kept you kind of hanging around, waiting on other people to make up their mind, or, feeling like you were the one who had to sacrifice everything all the time, because that's what this card can be also. So there may also be some things going on with that energy, that 7th house energy percolating here as well, that ties into also the full moon of November, the eclipse. But what I feel here is also you're going to be making positive steps forward with some new writing projects, communications projects, new tangible ways you can increase your finances with the Page of Pentacles here. You may be studying something new. Page of Pentacles is about doing more research, finding out more solid information. And you have that Venus going into Capricorn, which is your 3rd house of communications. So some of you may start profiting by some sort of communications that you're involved in some way for your own business. Maybe you're writing something, maybe you're marketing something, whatever the case may be. But this is very positive, beautiful energy. What I like about this is that you are ready. You really are ready for this. And, you don't have to, even though, yes, you're the phoenix rising from the ashes, you don't have to have all that fiery phoenix energy to have an effective new beginning. You can do some little baby steps, to get yourself out of this. It's fine. And I think once you start those baby steps, the momentum will pick up. And then by that lunar eclipse, you are soaring. You're ready. You're taking off here. Or you're flying high. You're like, I am feeling free. I'm set loose. I got some new things percolating for my life. I just feel mentally free. I feel so much better. I'm, starting my new life. So you got beautiful energies here, Scorpio. The key is to make the decision that you're not going to wait around for your dreams anymore, and that you're not going to wait around on other people. This is going to sound a little harsh, but they have nothing to do with you and what you're deciding for your dreams. All right. Yeah, maybe they come along for the ride, or maybe, you know, whatever. But this is very personal. This is a new moon like this is very personal. All these other energies in your sign, it's very personal to you. It's not about what do they think, and should I still see if they're going to come around to my way of thinking, or come around and see me again, or whatever, right? No. Enough of that. No more of that thinking about only doing a plan halfway because you're still waiting on somebody else. And that's that 7th house influence. No, it's about you and your determination and what you want, and drawing. I like that Ace of Swords. It's like drawing a line in the sand with that sword and saying, I'm crossing the line. It's now about me and my new life and what I'm going to do. So no more sacrificing your dreams and desires, you know, to make other people comfortable or whatever the case may be. This is your time, Scorpio. So enjoy it. All right, Sagittarius. So the new moon in Scorpio and Mercury and Mars in Scorpio are all going to be piled into your 12th house. And that's kind of interesting because the 12th house is a little bit of a mysterious house. It is about things kind of hidden behind the scenes. It can be about our subconscious. It can be about our undoing, like things that kind of trip us up. So what I would suggest is to set an intention to be more alert and psychologically aware to the ways in which you maybe sabotage yourself. And we all do it to some degree. So this is not, we're not singling you out. It's just, you know, that's where the energy is happening. So setting the intention to pay attention to things that bubble up from your subconscious, like ways you may act out. Maybe you get angry about some little thing. Well, what is that like telling you about maybe what's going on with you? Maybe some unresolved conflict about something else, you know, whatever. So it's like that type of thing. So setting the intention to be more alert to what's going on with you beneath the surface. Let's put it that way. All right. So let's see what we have for you. All right. So we have a 7 of coins and we have a 9 of swords. Okay. The Ace of Cups. I'm not going to do reversals with this deck. The 3 of swords and the 5 of cups. Okay. All right. So yeah, I mean, there's some stuff here to set an intention to maybe not have knee-jerk reactions and assume that people are trying to hurt you. Let's put it that way. Or people have bad intentions. With this 5 of Cups here, there's still some sort of lingering regrets and sadness maybe that go back 5 years at least, 5 months, 5 years or something. Maybe even 9 months, 9 years with this 9 of Swords also. And the 3 of Swords. I mean, you know what this situation is in your life. And because you know that because here's the 7 of Pentacles. And you know that on some level, it's still troubling you. All right, because you may have nightmares about it. It may keep you up at night. You may still find little pangs, you know. I mean, when we get really heartbroken, it does affect us physically. You can feel like something's literally stabbing you in the chest. And there is the type, I mean, you know, there have been studies that have shown like people can literally die of broken hearts. Now, I'm not saying that's happening to you, but I mean, we do feel it in our heart when there is something sad that occurs. So you may have even had that in the past. We feel like those little twinges, you know, when something triggers that memory of that person, perhaps. So what I'm feeling here is to set an intention to accentuate the positive and remind yourself of how much love there is in the world and in your world with the Ace of Cups. Because there is energy here surrounding you. I mean, you know, all of this where you may slip a little too easily into assuming the worst. 9 of Swords. Sometimes mountain is out of molehills with the 9 of Swords. or seeing things through that somebody's going to be out to get you, because maybe they remind you their behavior a little bit of somebody else, but that could just be the lens through which you're seeing something. And again, remember, this is a general reading. So I would say, can you set an intention to be open to evaluating situations, 7 of Coins, through the lens of love first, rather than through the lens of hurt and pain? Okay? Because that lens of hurt and pain may be causing you to have a knee-jerk reaction that may not be accurate, again, listen to what I'm saying, may not be accurate. So also there's something here about, I think, setting some intentions and focusing in on, let me hide, I don't want to see that. I don't want to see those energies. Focusing in and accentuating the positive. All right. Which you're very good at doing. You know, Sagittarius is the optimist. But I feel like maybe your optimism lately has gotten a little wonky because of these, situations that you've been through. All right. So there's something here about reaffirming joy also. All right. With this Ace of Cups here, setting the intention to affirm love and joy in your universe. And sometimes the best way to do that, instead of looking to the outside world to give it to us, why don't we give that to other people? And then it comes back to us. All right. So there's something like that going on now. Also, perhaps with the 7 of Coins here, you could be looking at what other people have or haven't given to you also. And maybe there's a little bit of chip on your shoulder with this energy, because you're like, well, I didn't get everything I should have gotten from them emotionally, financially, whatever it could be. Again, maybe rethink that energy, set an intention, instead of looking at what you can get, looking at what you can give, and watch that energy flow back to you. So depending on your situation, set your intention based on the things that I have suggested in this reading. Capricorn! Your new moon in Scorpio is happening in your 11th house of hopes and wishes and dreams. Yeah, baby. So, wow. It's time to set an intention to make a big, big wish come true. All right. And of course, Venus going into your sign, usually brings some sort of financial and or love benefit. So, and it's time also with Mars in your 11th house to really get out there and network, put a lot of action behind making your dreams come true. So doing the things that can aid the manifestation of that dream. All right, we have a 9 of Swords and we have a Hierophant. Interesting, because this is Taurus and that's where Uranus is. That's your 5th house of love, romance, creativity, etc. So there could be a tie-in with that, entrepreneurship, etc. Ace of Cups, beautiful. 6 of Wands, wow. And the Wheel, baby. Wow. Wow, Capricorn. Oh my gosh, look at this energy. And this is Jupiter in your 2nd house of money right now. Okay, so what wish do you want to manifest? This is very personal. I cannot possibly sit here and give all the examples of wishes that Capricorns might want to manifest. But I can tell you with this Ace of Cups here, it is something that really is heartfelt. It's like, it will make your heart so happy when this particular wish manifests. It may have something to do with a commitment, a contract, maybe going back to school, learning something, teaching. Could be something like that. Could be something where you can showcase your talents, where you're going to have some sort of victory and success, even literary success, where people are going to notice you, see you, where you are pumped up, victorious, and the wheel is here. So this is life-changing, whatever this is. 2 major arcana here. Now, you may have been fretting about, is this dream ever going to get off the ground? Is it ever going to manifest? What the heck? Okay. So remember, what we focus on expands. It is time to make a commitment, Capricorn, to shift out of this 9 of Swords, worry, wart, Saturn energy of, is it ever going to happen? So it can happen. It will happen. And it will happen a lot quicker when you ditch this and when you believe. So get rid of this 9 of Swords, please. And let's focus on this. So aces, the 8 of Cups for me. Aces are about the self. So that's why I'm saying it's something very heartfelt. It could also be something that's a very creative project that you've been engaged in as well. It really comes from the heart, in other words. And it may be something that you really are wanting to put your personal stamp on in some way with this 6 of Wands here. This could be a promotion that you're really angling for, a rise up in the world, so to speak. But I feel mostly that this has the energy of some sort of creative endeavor, and what do I want to say here? A creative endeavor, but also that will make your star rise in the world. And there is something here with the wheel, right? That it has the potential to bring you, before the world, yes, because it's next to the 6 of Wands, but also to change your fortunes in the world. However, this wish is not so much about that. I mean, I know you guys love your pentacles and all of that, but this is more like the impetus first for the wish is to be known for whatever this commitment is, whatever this project is whatever this wish is that you want to manifest. So to be known for it in some way, that was the initial thing. Do people know, oh yes, Ms. Capricorn, she's the one who started that company, or he's the one who wrote that book, or whatever. All right. So that's one way to look at this energy. So setting the intention to make that heartfelt wish come true, because it's going to lead on to something else. It will lead on to the Pentacles, but that's not the initial, impetus for this wish. Some of you, the wish is about a committed partnership. Now, I know, Capricorn, right? A lot of Capricorns are like, no, just show me the money. I really don't care about relationships. So then don't listen to this part, those Capricorns who don't care about relationships. Some Capricorns, it's about manifesting a committed partnership that is really going to help you see your life from a new perspective and move you forward in a new way in your life. It could even be a creative partnership, or one in which the person really understands your commitment to your own creativity. Because not everybody does. Trust me, I know. Not everybody gets it. So it could be also that you're really wanting that type of committed partnership in your life where you can do creative projects together, or that person is just very supportive of what you are doing in the world. And they could be very lucky for you also with this Wheel of Fortune here. They could bring a lot of good benefit to your life. A lot of Capricorns have been alone for a while, like a long while. And work with this energy. If you really want to manifest a new partner, work with this energy. Set the intention that you're going to only settle for people who are as serious as you are with the Hierophant. Now, I'm not saying that, you got to propose to the person on the second date. No, but that they're serious. They're not fly-by-night, flibberty-gibbets, hit-it-quit-it type people. No, they're serious. They've got good intentions. They have clean and pure intentions. And that they also have their act together. 6 of Wands. All right, they got it going on. They got something good going on in their life. And that you're not going to settle for anything less, Capricorn, like you maybe have done in the past. So somebody whose intensity of commitment, whose level of success is going to match your own. Let the universe bring that to you. Be open to that. And, the wheel is very much about what goes around comes around. So, if an opportunity comes around that's not this, let it go on by. You don't need to stop and take care of the wounded birds. All right? No. Let the wounded bird go along. You want the strong bird who is going to fill your cup. What a mixed metaphor we got going on here. Who cares? All right? But you get my point, Capricorn. So beautiful energies here. You could really, really make a wish come true. Just set that intention and set this worry behind you and leave it in the past. Work with this energy here and focus on the best, because you deserve the best. You give the best to other people all the time. Open up your heart. Let other people also give the best to you. And that includes the universe. Let the universe bring you some sort of beautiful wish. Aquarius, this new moon, oh my goodness, is happening in your 10th house of career, status in life, your calling. Wow. So, and Mars moved into your 10th house, so there could be a lot of big movement with your career. All right, let's see what we have for you. 10th house is also your status in life, so it could even bring changes like if you were single, you could get married. If you were married, you could get divorced. It's like, it's a change in status of that kind. If you were working, you could get retired, like that type of thing. All right, so let's see how you can set an intention. So what do you want to manifest in this area of your life, Aquarius? Let's see the energies you can work with. Setting an intention. All right, we got the Temperance and the 8 of Cups. The Fool, baby. 10 of Wands. Wow. And the Ace of Cups. Wow. Okay. Well, Aquarius. Time to wrap up a cycle. You are wrapping things up and starting all over again, it seems. So we have positive changes are happening. The Temperance and the Fool. I feel like this has already happened emotionally for you because the 8 of Cups is in the middle here. So I feel like you've already moved on emotionally for the most part. I think though that the outer reality has to catch up with the emotional reality. So that's why we have the 10 of Wands here, which is the end of some sort of energetic cycle. 10 of Wands is, of course, we're talking about your 10th house and we get a 10, right? The 10th house of work, right? And this is work. This is hard work. This guy has been hauling all these rods and, he's about to fall over and he can't see in front of himself anymore. Like, he's done. He's done with this. It's become a burden. He doesn't need to carry it anymore compared to the Fool, right? Light and free and easy. So we have two energies here of wrapping something up, but you've already moved on emotionally. It's now time to literally move on physically. So some of you may be on some sort of new and inspired path for your career. Again, as I was saying a few minutes ago, some of you, this is leaving behind an old burdensome job and situation and changing for something that's more aligned and a fresh start for you. You might indeed be starting your own business. You might be retiring. You might be taking time off or a break, something like that as well. Maybe you're going to go travel for a little while. Maybe you put away some savings. That's possible. And with this Fool and the Ace of Cups, you're going to say, you know what? I am really setting my intention to be done with a situation that isn't supporting me anymore. It's time to change it. I'm ready for a positive change, but I may need a little time to regroup. Some of you are maybe doing that. I feel like there's the sense here that you're ready for a new adventure in your career life. And remember, this is about setting the intention. So like I said, some of you have already done this part, but now the intention has to be set to actually let go of the burden in the outer world and really align with what is right and true for you and your heart and your path, where you can really open up to lots of new adventures, where you can take a leap of faith, where you can explore new pathways for yourself professionally and also personally with this Ace of Cups here. So there may be, for some of you, changing the work situation may also bring a very positive change to your personal life, where you may have more time to do the things you want to do. Maybe start a new relationship, that type of thing, or enjoy a new family member, like this may be a grandbaby coming in or something like that with the Ace of Cups, some sort of new life coming into the family. That's possible also. So, we do have some sort of cycle ending. Now we have the Sagittarius energy over here. So some of you, this may not be happening. And this is, of course, Sag energy with the wands. This burden may not be shifting until the December 4th new moon solar eclipse in Sagittarius. Okay, so again, apply the energies to your life. But what we have here is setting an intention to make happen in the outer world what you've already been feeling in your inner world, which is that you're ready for the new. You've left the old behind. You're excited about some sort of inspired new path, and you're willing to release a burden and a burdensome career, duties, obligations, or something in your work life. This could even be, if you have your own business, clients you're not aligned with anymore, or services you don't feel called to deliver anymore, or whatever. And redirecting your energies into things that are more fulfilling for you in a professional context. But the Fool is about hope and optimism and refreshment. Both of these energies are. And even here too, with this Temperance card, it's about positive change, and also change that's coming from deep within your spirit. It's a spiritual renaissance that you want to have for that 10th house. And in fact, because the 10th house is about a calling, some of you may be called to serve the world and yourself, because you enjoy it, in a spiritual capacity as well. So very beautiful energies here, but as I said, there is some energy that we have to shift out of Aquarius with this 8 of Cups, 10 of Wands situation. So set the intention to clear your path forward. All right, Pisces. So this new moon energy is happening in your 9th house of the big picture of your life. Wow. It is about academia, writing, publishing. It is about travel, international business. It is a very exciting house. New possibilities to expand your horizons. All right, let's see what we have for you. Pisces, 3 of Cups, beautiful. And the 8 of Coins. Okay, let's see what else we have. The Star, gorgeous. The 9 of Pentacles. And the Ace of Wands. So we get a 9 here, which of course we're talking about the 9th house, and we get a 9 of Pentacles. Wow. We have an 8 of Pentacles, and we have a 3 of Cups. And that for me is Pisces energy. That's March energy. So, wow. All right. So, the more joy you can bring to your 9th house, the more opportunities and expansion you're going to bring. So there's something here. The 3 of Cups is joy, fulfillment, celebration, lighthearted energy. It's working with other people. And we have that also with this 8 of Coins here. If you have really been wanting to expand your business or expand your business globally, like go global, be international, be an international company or service provider, or if you have been wanting to travel abroad and work abroad, so work in a different country, set the intention for that to happen, because this is gorgeous energy for either of those things. Because we have, of course, the joy and celebration and this 8 of coins. You would be very happy with some sort of major change in your destiny, in the big picture of your life, that perhaps allows you to be financially independent, this 9 of coins, but also allows you to be out in the world a little bit more, and also opening up your personal contacts in that 9th house area, personally and professionally, with this energy over here. The star for me, yes, that's about healing, all of that kind of thing, but you know, this big star for me reminds me of the Star of Destiny, which in astrology is tied into our nodes, particularly our North Node, which is the destiny we're headed to in this lifetime. So I feel like there is a destined energy here for you to become a rising star in some sort of, like I said, international business, some sort of move abroad, connections with people who live in a different place, like doing business abroad, that type of thing, with the internet these days. You can do that. Also, working on some sort of project yourself. Like if you're a writer or you're in academia, you do research, as an example, working on your own in some sort of project that could be very, very successful. All right. And you may have already had a success in that already with this 3 of Cups. And you're going to build on that success and do something even more epic with whatever it is that you specialize in. That's very possible also. And I feel like the universe is going to bring you even another opportunity. It could be in Sagittarius season, but it could also be the month after your birthday. So in April of next year, that ties into this intention that you set at this new moon. So, I mean, it depends on, it's a general reading. So it depends on what area of the 9th house is your concern, Pisces, right? Because not everybody wants to travel abroad or whatever. But know this, we're asking about, it's the big picture of your life. You have beautiful energy here to manifest a new destiny, a new healing path, one that can really improve your finances also, and bring a lot more joy and compatible energies in whoever you deal with in your daily life, particularly with work because of the 2 pentacles that are here. You could get on some sort of new work path that is about healing. That's possible also. Maybe working with other people in an office that's connected with other people who do healing. Everybody's in a healing consortium or something like that. That's possible. And like I said, there may be another opportunity that comes out of that next spring for you. Your strength is going to come. It's interesting. Your strength can come through joyful connections with others, but also something you do on your own. So it's going to be a balance, I think, of those two things. And know that you're going to be showing up in the world in a very different way, in the next level way, the next growth way for yourself with this star energy here. So really zero in on what this 9th house means for you and set that intention, Pisces, because this is really good energy. So you could be really creating something very unique for the world with this energy. Because again, 9th house is about the world. So that, again, may be put out into the world next spring. And it could bring a lot of profit to you as well with this 9 of coins here. Gorgeous energies, beautiful Pisces. Set your intention. So thank you so much for joining me for your new moon in Scorpio horoscope, a tarot reading. I love you guys. Let me know in the comments what intentions you're setting and how you plan to use these energies to improve your life and take it to the next level. I hope that you manifest all of your wildest dreams. That's it for me. Stella Wilde signing out.